Hi, afternoon. It is November, the second to last month in the year, and today is November the 9th. I am so grateful personally for this day because more than anything else, it's today that I chose to enter into this earth plane. And so I'm grateful. As the writer yesterday, Marilyn King Compton, she celebrated her Earth Day yesterday. And so we're sending love to her for all of her writings in the Daily Inspiration for Better Living, which is the signature publication we use for our Noonday Inspirations. And she's the writer for the month of November. November is the month of purity, the month of elimination, the month of letting go of that which no longer serves you, that which is not for your highest good, that which has been standing in the way of you and I experiencing the best version of ourselves. Of course, the disciple that's associated with that is Thaddeus, and a place, a physical place in your body is your eliminative organs. The color is russet. So if you want to remind yourself each time something comes up or comes to memory, an old hurt, a wound, somebody says something, something going on, your responsibility is just to let it go. Your responsibility is just to trust that, as we are told, everything is working together for the highest good, not just of you, but of all concerned. And that is why, like the writer says, you can rise above it. That is why you can lift up your head to the hills, lift up your eyes to the hills, lift up your vision, lift up what you're seeing to a higher place and rise above whatever is happening, because you may have experiences, but you're not the experience. You're bigger than the experience. And as we know, since we have been on this earth plane, we have been through many experiences. And as long as we're here, we're going to go through many more. The hope is that as you go through the experience, you grow through it so that that experience no longer matches who you are. You no longer match a vibration of whatever is going on, because you would have risen above it, just as Jesus on the third day rose above the limitations of what we physically call death, to show us that there is a way for us to rise above what may seem to be so insurmountable in the moment. And that's why for the month of November, as we prepare, because it's interesting, remember, next month we are going to be preparing for the birth of Christ, the birth of a new idea, the birth of something great within you, right? And before you can prepare to receive and to create that space for a newness, a birth, the month of November is the month of eliminating that which no longer serves you. So if you're in that period in your life where things are happening, where things are seeming so overwhelming, where it seems like everything is coming at you all at once and you just can't manage, it is that time for you to rise above it. Not to bury your head in the sand, or to think that you're burying your head in the sand, that you're not dealing with whatever is happening, but for you to take some steps back, and to begin to listen and ask for inner guidance. Because the truth is, if you were brought to it, it means that you already have, right where you are, all that you need to grow through it. If you are brought to it, you already have all that you need to grow through it. And so the question becomes, am I willing? Am I willing? Am I willing? Am I willing to rise above it? Am I willing to let it go? Regardless of how painful it may seem, regardless of how hurtful it may have been, regardless of how it would have perhaps turned our world upside down. Am I willing to rise above it, knowing that it has no power except the power and attention that I give to it? And the more energy that I give to it is the more it becomes larger than it really is. I can say for myself, this too shall pass. I can say for myself, this too shall pass. And just watch it as you watch like a movie. Watch the screen of your life and watch it go past. As you put and place your trust in the one power and in the one presence that is God the good, everywhere evenly present, and that is available to you even in this moment. Sometimes we tend to forget. Sometimes we tend to give in to the circumstance and the situation and allow it to take precedence in our lives. Allow it to derail us from that trip that we were on to our higher good, to our highest good. And sometimes it can be painful. Sometimes there can be memories from the past that are triggered. And so our responsibility during this month is to be able to clean up all of that and to build ourselves to such a place where we can rise above it. And our writer says to us, take a deep breath. She says, take a deep breath. And she says, stand up straight and remove yourself from anything that may be causing you pain and suffering. Things that have captured your reflective thinking and you won't let go. Things keeping your ears tuned and your mind focused on listening to unhappy reruns. Refrain from being a willing participant. It matters not what happened, who said what anymore. Rise above it. It does not matter what happened. At this point in time, it really doesn't. It doesn't matter who said what. It doesn't matter who did what. The hurt, the pain, the resentment, the anger, the guilt, the unhappiness is not worth it. It's not worth your mental health. It's not worth your physical health. It's not worth your emotional health. It's just not worth it. And so I have to find a way to rise above it. We have to find a way not to pretend like it didn't happen, but to rise above it. To know that greater is He that is within me than he that is in the world. You and I have been given mastery, authority, and dominion over our thoughts, our feelings, our words, our actions, and our reactions. And that is how we can rise above it. Whatever it is does not have to dominate our thoughts. It does not have to dominate our feelings. It does not have to dominate our words. We don't have to talk about it. We don't have to react to it and to respond to it. We can let it be the nothingness that it is and choose to focus our attention on what is real with a capital R, what is true, capital T, what is unchanging, which is principle. And what is the principle? There is but one presence and one power in the universe, God the good, everywhere evenly present. We speak of it as the omnipresence of God. That's what it means. Only one presence. So whatever is showing up can't be real because there's only one presence. It may be apparent, but it can't be the real with a capital R. And like unto itself, there is only one power. That's omnipotence. God is all the power, so God is omnipotent, but there's only one power, omnipotence. God the good in the universe. And so that thing which you think is so powerful, or seems to have so much power over you, that's causing you to be depressed, and causing you to be angry, and causing you to be resentful, and causing you to feel like giving up. You have relinquished your power to it. Because it's either you believe that there's one power or there are more than one powers. And that one power that is God the good is not somewhere outside of you. It is a part of you. Because you're made in its image and after its likeness. And so it's but for you to understand. She says, yes, there was a misunderstanding. And you were hurting. Maybe others were too. It's time to put old, tired, aggravating things to bed and take your rest. Forgive and forget that experience. Think you can't? Well, wallow in self-pity if you will. Johnny Coleman would tell us, forgive and forget. They're sitting down in the picture show eating popcorn and you're still holding on to it. Perhaps you've tried to resolve the situation and were not welcomed. However, when you have done all that you can do, rise up and don't look back. Shake the dust from your feet and move forward. This is a sure recipe for freeing yourself. This is a sure recipe for eliminating from your life and from your experience that which no longer serves you. Remember, while you cannot change people, while you cannot change circumstances all the time, you can change your reaction and your response to it. And you can do that by taking back your power. How do you take back your power? How do I take back my power, Conroy? I take back my power by recognizing and realizing that this thing which is showing up is not the real and the truth, because it is not permanent. It changes. It wasn't that way sometime before it happened, and it doesn't have to be that way afterwards either. And so it's not permanent. The only thing that is permanent is God, the good. Why then, if it's not permanent, am I giving it my full attention in this moment? If you think about it, some of the things that matter to you in high school perhaps don't even matter to you now. You don't even remember them. You don't even care about them. It just does not matter. But yet, at that point in time in your life, they were the most serious things. They're the most life-changing or threatening things. Because things pass. Things change. This too shall pass. So our job is to focus on what is true and permanent and unchanging. That is God. That is love. God has love. God has harmony. God has joy, has peace, has strength, has life, has wisdom. And each one of us has those qualities. Those same qualities lives inside each one of us. And that's why our job is to call it forth. So, what are you letting go during this month of November? What is at the top of your mind that is causing you pain, that's causing you hurt, that you keep playing the rerun? Maybe if I had known, if I didn't do this, if I had done that, if not, it's gone. What do I have to let go to move forward and experience the best version of myself? It's now time to let it go. It may be a feeling. It may be a thought that keeps playing over. It may be a situation that keeps playing over. It's maybe something somebody said or did not say, for that matter. It may be something somebody did. It may be something you did or you said that has been coming back at you over and over. It's time to heal it. Love heals the hurt. Let it go. 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 God alone is worthy of your attention. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Just let it go. God alone is worthy of your attention. Let it go. God alone is worthy. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let go the pain. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Love will heal that hurt. Love will heal the hurt. Let it go. Let it go. Whatever they did, whatever they said, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Love will heal the hurt. Let it go. Let it go. Love will heal the hurt. Love can heal the hurt. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let go that situation where you feel you weren't treated right. Let Let it go. Let go that matter. Justice will prevail.
Justice will prevail.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. It is not serving you. Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. Justice will prevail. Justice will prevail.
Justice will prevail.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go.
Oh, let it go. There will be an answer. Whatever you need to know will come to you.
There will be an answer. Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. There will be an answer. Let it go.
Yes. Letting it go doesn't necessarily mean that you are letting someone go free or you're letting someone off the hook. As we said, a couple of weeks ago during our AIF Mental Emotional Week. But it means that you're allowing yourself to be free. It means that you're saying that this situation, I will not allow it to control me, to derail my life, to derail my progress. I'm not going to go back over this thing over in my head over and over and wonder. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to consume my time and my energy with guilt. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to keep myself in prison thinking about something when others are off having a grand time, oblivious to perhaps what I may be going through. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to keep my foot on somebody else's neck or keep them locked up in prison because of what they did or said or didn't do, because I would have to stay in prison to ensure that they remain there. And I don't want to be in prison. I have too much to give, too much love to give, too much life to live, too much to express and be and do and have. And that is why I can let it go. That is why I refuse to go back. I refuse to pick it back up every time it comes up. And the funny thing about this thing called life and this called letting go of things, sometimes things come up that remind you of the situation or of the person or of the circumstance. And in every single moment, you have to keep letting it go again. Let it go again. This is why when they asked Jesus, how many times must I forgive? 7 times 7? No, said Jesus. 70 times 7. That means as long as it takes for it to be out of your system. As long as it takes for it not to evoke a certain kind of negativity and emotion within you. And we know in this church, we teach that forgiveness is to give for. So it's to give love for hate. To give kindness for hurt and abuse. And again, of course, take the steps you need to take if you are abused and if there's a physical violation and if there's a matter involving the law. Of course, do what you must do legally. But your emotional state, your mental state, your life, your world, your affairs must not be tangled up in the feelings of hurt and anger and resentment and grudge and envy and jealousy and guilt. It's not worth it. This is why we can say, I won't go back. After you've let it go, I won't go back. I won't go back. I won't go back. I won't go back. Let it go.
I've been changed.
I've been changed. Come on.
Healed. I've been free. changed. I've been changed. I've been changed. I have waited for this moment to come, and I won't let it pass me by. I won't go back. I can't go back to the way it used to be before your presence came and changed me. I won't go back. I won't go back. I can't go back to the way it used to be before your presence came and changed me. All my shame, all my shame, all my guilt, my mistakes, yeah, they've been forgiven. No more chains, no more fear. My past is over. And right now is the moment. Today is the day. I've been changed. I've been changed. I have waited for this moment to come, and I won't let it pass me by. I won't go back. I can't go back to the way it used to be before your presence came and changed me. If you know you won't go back, I won't go back. I can't go back to the way it used to be before your presence came and changed me. Say never going back. I am never going back. No, I am never going back. Never going back to the way it was. One more time, say never going back. I am never going back. Never going back. You won't catch me there. Never going back to the way it was. Never going back. I'm never going back. Never going back. When that thing comes up, never going back to the way it was. Never going back. Never going back. Never going back to the way it was. I won't go back. I won't go back. I can't go back to the way it used to be before your presence came and changed me. I am never, no, never, no. I won't go back. I can't go back to the way it used to be before your presence came and changed me.
In this month of November, as we go forth, continually remind yourself that nothing and no one shall separate me from the love of God. Nothing and no one shall move me from my place of peace, because I can rise above it, and I will rise above it. I am more than a conqueror. That's who I am. I am God's creation, says the song. Old things are passed away and I'm born again. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that realization. And so Matthew tells us, 10:14, if anyone will not welcome you or listen to your words, shake the dust from your feet as you leave. In other words, do not allow yourself to get caught up in arguments and fights and disagreements and hurts and pains and anger and bitterness. Stay your place. Stay in the presence and power of God and refuse to be moved, just like a tree planted by the rivers of Jordan. So we thank you, God, for this new realization that we can let go all that no longer serves us and rise above into our greater yet to be. This is the greatest experience ever as we take responsibility for ourselves and our lives. For our thoughts, for our feelings, for our words, for our actions and our reactions. And release that which is not for our highest good. And stay open to you. Knowing that your light surrounds us. Your love enfolds us. Your power protects us. And your presence watches over us. Wherever we are, we know that you are there. We live, we move, we have our being in you, as you, through you. And all is well. Thank you, God, that this is so. And so it is. Thank you to each of you for your love, for your support. Continue to have the greatest day ever. Continue to join us for our Adventure in Faith series right here at the Universal Center of Truth on Sundays. Coming up this week is Relational Week. You don't want to miss that. You don't want to also miss our other Noonday Inspirations. The color for this week is pink. You don't want to miss our noondays at 12 noon each day, and to join us for the rest of Adventures in Faith. Thank you so much and have a fantastic day. Peace.